Hi, everybody. I don't know. Happy Saturday from here. Happy Friday if you're in Canada watching. It's just us coming from the future to talk to you. How's everyone's week been? What's everybody been doing? Have you been and seen any live music? Have you been working? Let me know. Today we've got Tom from Petric joining us. He's going to have a bit of a chat about their new single and their new album. These guys have been releasing music in Australia since late last year and have really been growing down here. So if you haven't already heard their album, when we're finished here, go over and order it or listen to it because it is really great and I think you're going to love it. And we might welcome Tom into the room. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
As we were just saying earlier, we're talking to you from the future, but
No kidding.
How are you? I haven't got to talk to you guys. It's the first time I've had you on the show, but you're over in Canada, and I guess it's been a pretty tough time for everyone. So how's it been for you for the last 12 months? Have you been pushing through with writing music, or how have you got through?
It's been a strange 12 months. I mean, I remember this time last year, we were getting ready to go to Mexico for my brother's wedding, and literally here we are a year later, we can't even go do anything. So
No.
we here in Manitoba in Canada are in complete lockdown. So all we can do right now is play guitar in our house and write some songs.
How do you guys write together? Do you get to stream to each other and chat and write songs, or how does it work?
You know what? That's been a challenge for us because we're not really good with technology. Oh, okay, actually, I should correct myself. I am not good with technology. So my writing on Skype and Zoom and all that stuff has been a challenge. We like to get in person. That's how we write. We write and we feel it in person with each other. And you know, we've done it and it's been fun, but it's definitely not the same.
It's definitely not the same. And I think everybody's feeling that because it's such a strange thing to be sitting talking to a camera and trying to write something with someone you can't feel. Cynthia is watching from Melbourne. She said, say hi. Thank you for joining, Cynthia. If you're there and you're watching, let us know. Put it in the comments, say hi. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll get to as many as we can. So let's go back. Let's start. How did you get into music and why have you all gone down the country path?
Well, you know, I think it was funny. I was 5 years old when I got my first guitar. And to be honest, when I was 5 years old, I don't think I touched it once. I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested at all. I liked singing. I loved singing when I was a kid. My mom was saying I could sing when I was 3 years old. And she could tell right away you have a natural voice. But my brother picked the guitar up when he was probably 8, and he fell in love with it right away. And he really, you know, from day one was like, I want to do this for a living. Like, I don't want to, this is what I want to do with my life. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do any of this. I just want to play music. Thank God he went to school. And I think for Jordan, he was by far the most musical throughout his whole life. Like from day one, he's fell in love with music, and just he has a very musical family, and I think everyone in his family sings, and they're a musical family. So, but for me, for country music, my mom got me hooked on country music when I was young, and I know my first concert was front row center to see Lone Star in our hometown arena. I think it was 10 years old. And that was a cool moment for me because right then I was like, yeah, I love country music. Then I fell in love with Keith Urban. I fell in love with, honestly, you name it, I fell in love with everyone in country music.
How could you not with Keith Urban and Lone Star? I actually was thinking when I was listening to your album through the week, you have a very Lone Star sound. You've got that amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that as a compliment.
So you kept going, and you've got all these great influences. How did you start writing? Were you young when you started writing and doing all your own?
Honestly, no. Jason was very young when he started writing, but me, I probably didn't start writing music till I was 18, 19, 20 years old, something like that. I was, and in my high school days, I was I wanted to live in high school. I wanted to have fun with my friends and I wanted to have a high school life. I didn't want to do any of that. And my brother is 2 years older than me, so he was touring with a band and going across Canada writing music. And I saw all of that. And as soon as I graduated, I kind of started, writing with him a bit, writing with other people. Then I started going down to Nashville and, getting to write some songs down there and experience what it was like down there.
Yes.
And that's when I really fell in love with it.
Yep. Around the music scene. We've just got Trina is watching from our Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, Canada. Just
Okay.
west of us.
Lovely. So I know you guys have been around the scene for a long time over there, like you're getting quite well known. So your first EP you released in 2015, Here Goes Everything. How did that feel, that first EP release? And
it was that was cool. I still remember the first time I heard Here Goes Everything on the radio. We got told by our hometown station it was going to be on this time, and I rushed home from work. I went to sit in my truck and I literally just listened to it on the radio. And it was funny because they asked my brother to do an interview with the station and we couldn't find him. Like we were trying to get a hold of him for an hour. And I remember, and he still bugs us to this day. He's like, "Oh yeah, I put my phone off for an hour and the whole world falls apart." I'm like, "Oh," and he still says it to this day. So, but that was a cool moment. I'll never forget that.
That is, yeah, I imagine that would be a pretty amazing moment. Karen's just popped in. She said to say hi. Thank you for all your hard work, Karen, because you are amazing. We couldn't do it without you. Tell us a little bit about the latest album. You released it on the January 13th, Flashbacks. Tell us a little bit about the writing and the recording of the whole album.
This album was a long time coming. We were working on this album. And then we started working on this album in November of 2018, and we were supposed to release it last year but when the pandemic hit, we just didn't do it, and we put it on pause and kind of regrouped, and we recorded a few more songs to put on that, and that was tricky doing that because we recorded Deja Vu in our home studios, all of us, and we really for that song had to rely a lot on our producer and. I think we all had to trust each other on that one because it was completely different from what we did for the whole album. We couldn't be there together. We couldn't bounce ideas off each other just like that. We actually had to email or take a phone call and, what about this? Or what about that? We were lucky enough that I got a vocal down for that song before the pandemic hit. And that was huge because if we didn't get that done, I don't think that song might not have had a life. So I'm glad we got that done.
I'm very glad. So you released Deja Vu in September in Australia. Was that the same time you released over there as well? Yeah. So that was the first Australian single that you had down here. Did you have a lot of feedback from that?
Yeah, that song. It's funny. That song almost was on the 18 Ends album, our second EP, and it just missed the cut, I guess you can say. And a good thing it did because at the time I just don't think any of us, songs kind of have to come together over time, and I think it took a while for that song to come together, and I think it came together perfect with our producer, and just the timing was everything. And like I said, if that pandemic didn't hit, we might not have actually ever recorded that song. So timing was everything for that.
It was just meant to be.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Flashbacks, the album. I know you released in January. Have you had lots of people feedback from this album? Because it's obviously a bit different releasing a whole album in a time where you can't even leave your home, let alone, get out there to sell and tour.
This album's great. I feel like this is our, every band will say, "Oh, we're trying to discover our sound and find our sound." And I think that's so funny because every band says that. But for us, we truly I feel like we found ourselves in this album. This is the first album that, the three of us really could actually had a say and had, not control, but someone valued our opinion and just trusted us and believed in us and, tried some of the songs that we've written and, just kind of believed. And
Yes.
we never had that before. And that was, for this album, I think that that album will always have a special place in our hearts because that's just, we never got to do that. And we finally got to.
Yes, absolutely. It's so wonderful. I've just had Beth, she's popped in and she said to say g'day. Hi, Beth. Thank you for joining. Where are you, Beth? Let us know. I've just lost the thought of track and I'm there waiting for you and I just completely lost it. So that brings us to our next single, Kids. What a fantastic song. You've done the video for Kids. Tell us about recording and filming that.
Kids, I think, was one of the first songs that me, Jason, and Jordan had, and it was honestly, out of all these songs on the album, I think it was one of the only ones that we were like, yes, this song has to be like this, and we completely agreed on it, and that was so rare for the three of us. And I think that's we'll bounce ideas off each other and we'll arm wrestle a lot for songs. I want it this way or I want it that way, and I think that's a good thing because it challenges us. But this song,
yes,
had none of that. And it was just, I think it went together perfectly, from me singing it to the drums to Jason guitaring and honestly our producer. Like, we all were on the same page with this song from day one, and it went perfect.
It's a fantastic song. I've got to admit, you see the title Kids. First thing I look at when I see a song and you look at the title, you get in your mind before you listen to something, you have an idea of what the song's going to sound like. And it blew me away because it wasn't what I was expecting to start with. I think it's a fantastic.
What's funny? The first time I heard the demo of that song, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, I wonder what this song's. This probably doesn't sound like this. And then the first guitar lick, I'm like, whoa, okay, no, this is not what I was expecting. And I think that's a great thing.
I love it because, for me, a song, and for everybody, a song tells a story, but I just love what you hear and how people put that story across is how people take it away. But did you have people commenting on that song and taking them back to when they were young and doing all these things?
Oh yeah, we had this song has gone over very well with a lot of people back here in Canada and actually even down in Australia. And we've had people message us saying, oh, this song just takes it takes me back to a time where I had no care in the world and we didn't have to worry about anything, especially in a time like now where a lot of uncertainty going on right now. And even the song did the same thing for me. The first time I heard it, I'm like, oh man, like this just takes me back to my childhood and just being in high school and not, caring at all.
Not caring. Yeah, not caring, not knowing, not worrying about what's coming. It just takes you back. I actually was listening to it last night. I was having a barbecue outside and we had that going, and it just really, it's upbeat and it's fun, but it also relaxes you and it really takes you back in and makes you think, and memories start rolling in, which is fantastic. That's what you wanted, obviously, for the song to do.
Absolutely.
So I know that you're sitting there going to play a song for us, and we've got people asking, what song are you going to sing? So what song are you going to do today?
I'll do Kids right now.
Wonderful. Well, I will let you have the room and everybody can enjoy Kids.
Here we go. We were quarterbacks, counting queens, daddy's trucks, faded jeans, ball caps with the home team on it. We were living them look-back moments, sneaking out of the house, pioneer speakers loud, spinning out of that gravel road. Hold on, baby, here we go. We had it made, staying up too late. Watch the sun set down on Friday, and it come back up again. We were just kids, now worry about nothing at all. Just big kids, all over town and the pedal down wherever we did. Tailgates all singing along. Hey, 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 not much change. We're still kids, always kids. Girl, tonight, here we are, sipping drinks, jukebox stars, watching you on that bar stools, got me feeling like high school. Girl, you sway when that song plays, baby, when you look at me like that, takes me on back. When we were just kids, now when we found the finish of the speed, kids all over town like the pedal down whenever we did. Tailgates all singing along. Hey, 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 you might change, but still kids. Always kids. Had it late, staying up too late. Watch the sun set down on Friday and it come back up again. Yeah, we were just kids. Now we're about to do it all the speed. Kids all over town and the pedal down and every beat. Tailgates all singing along. Hey, 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 you might change, but still kids. You were always kids. Oh, baby, we were just kids. Oh, oh, we were always kids. Yes, we are. Oh, oh.
Wow, how fantastic is that song? It doesn't matter what you do, acoustic on your album, absolutely brilliant and fun song. Just love it. Tell us what you thought. Let everybody in the comments let us know what you think of the song, kids, and let us know if you've heard the album yet, because if you haven't, I'm sure you will after the show. So let us know. Now, can people get a hard copy of your albums or any of your music?
Oh yeah, you just go to our website, petricmusic.com, and we have our store there, and you can get all of our CDs there, yeah, and merch. So petricmusic.com.
That was my next question. What sort of merch have you got? What can people get?
Well, for up in Canada, we got nice toques because it gets cold here. But we got hats, we got sweaters, we got shirts. We have a lot on this. So go to petricmusic.com and go look.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. People are sending clapping. I know we were talking about how when you do Facebook Lives, you don't get to hear the whole clapping and cheering and
no kidding.
So there are some claps coming in. So that was wonderful. I know it's a little bit hard to be able to sort of say now what your plans are for 2021 and I guess next year. Everything going well? Have you got touring plans anywhere specific you are planning to go?
Yeah, honestly, we're talking about fall of 2022. Hopefully, I mean, I'd love to get sooner, but it's just we have no idea. We could plan something right now and everything could get canceled. So we're just kind of trying to wait it out and see what happens. But yeah, we are talking about getting down to Australia and having some shows down there for you guys. So hopefully we can do that in the upcoming years. Who knows?
That would be amazing. I know there's a lot of talk about borders opening partway through the year, but who knows? And I guess it's a good time for people to be reaching out saying, well, when you do get touring, let you guys know where you want they want you to play and where people are. It's a good time for people to reach out and say. Glenda's popped in. Glenda does so much work for country music, and Brendan, they're amazing people, and they said to say hi.
Glenda.
I know Australian music wouldn't be the same without those two. They're amazing, especially Country Kickback. We couldn't do it without them. So, have you obviously haven't been to Australia before at all to visit?
No, I've never been to Australia. It's on the list, but here's the thing: I hate flying.
Oh, really?
I don't like flying, and it's so funny. Me and my fiance, we went on a trip to Mexico before, and we had such a great flight, smooth flight. Nothing was going wrong. Of course, we're having a few drinks on there. And I guess we hit some turbulence and the whole plane literally did a little, I freaked out. And here she is laughing like it's a roller coaster. And I'm almost in tears. Get me off this plane right now. Oh, yeah. So hopefully we can get to Australia soon and have a good flight.
You're frightened of flying and you've decided to become a touring musician.
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't the smartest decision. You know what? I'll take a tour bus.
Take a boat to Australia,
Yeah, right.
you could get on one of the cruises so that you can perform all the way here. That might be your way.
Yeah, it might take me a while, but maybe.
Are you the only one in the band that doesn't like flying?
Yep. Oh yeah, I get made fun of for it too. They bug me so much about it, and it's not fun. Never liked it. I don't know if I ever will, but I suck it up.
You suck just because you have to. It's your job.
I have to. Yeah. If there's no way of driving, I have to suck it up.
Yeah. So I guess that's something that, being in a band, in a group that perform together, not going solo, that's something that I imagine there'd be a lot of banter and a lot of pushing each other out of comfort zones to keep going.
Oh, absolutely. I can honestly, just some of the things for up in Canada we've done for radio touring. We've driven from coast to coast, and honestly gone from our hometown Winnipeg to New York City to LA, and we drove, and as they're 36-hour drives.
Yeah.
And I could not imagine doing that solo and by myself.
Yeah.
That would be the hardest. I don't think I could. That would be the hardest thing. And as much we're on the road for a bit, and we when we're on the road for a month straight, we're gonna definitely piss each other off.
Yeah.
and a little bit on purpose too.
Yeah, and, especially being
hard. But I couldn't, as much as that can be, for everyone super annoying. I couldn't imagine not having that and just doing it by myself on the road, just driving by myself.
Huge hours, long days, and just trying to even just to keep yourself going. I know that when you're on stage and you're performing and meeting people, that's fantastic. But if you're doing all that traveling between by yourself, it would be very hard to stay motivated and keep going, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, even doing it with 3 people, it's tough. It definitely, it's funny. A lot of my friends, they see the shows. We'll have family and friends that see the shows, and it's a great show. You guys did a fantastic job, and we have fans when we go everywhere else. But that's for we'll go on the road and we'll be in a city for possibly 48 hours for an hour show.
Yeah,
no one ever sees the behind the scenes.
No, and you don't get to see that you've gone to all these places, and you've just got to keep moving. You don't get to see anything and enjoy the cities and the towns that you go to because you just keep going.
We were lucky enough a couple of summers ago to play Prince Edward Island in Canada for their Cavendish Beach Music Festival, and we got there the night before we performed, and we went on a walk, and it's not a big island, or it's not even a big city that we were in, so we walked to the ocean and everywhere, and we actually finally got to sit down and enjoy a town, and that was the perfect town of Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. It was the perfect town to do it. So once in a while you'll get some of that.
Yes, absolutely lovely. That would be just wonderful. I know. Well, when you come to Australia, you have to make some time to go out and see all our wonderful things down here, because you could be here for years and not see it all. It's pretty spectacular.
Oh, we plan on it. Don't worry. Like I said before, all of our wives want to come with us when we go there. So I think we're gonna have to make it a group trip.
What's on the Aussie bucket list? Is there anything down here that you are itching to see?
You know what? No, honestly, yes. There's a ton. We just want to get down there and start seeing everything. Because honestly, we haven't. Australia has been on my radar before, but it's it's future Tom. He'll get down there eventually. Yeah, it was in the future, but now that we're actually thinking about going next year, we just started looking. Oh well, where would we want to go? Let's go here. Let's go see there. So there's a ton. Hopefully we can see it all.
Tasmie's pretty amazing. I can vouch for Tassie. So our little island.
Yeah.
No, that would be fantastic. So before we go, again, the best place for people to keep up to date with you guys and your music is Facebook, Instagram.
All the social media. Yeah, Petric Music. That's what our social media following is Petric Music, and you can go to our website petricmusic.com. Keep up to date with the things we're doing there, and that will take you to all of our social media.
Wonderful. So everybody jump over there when you finished if you haven't already liked or followed their page. And I think you actually have to like and follow pages now so that you do keep up to date. It's one of the newer Facebook things. And follow these guys because they'll be down here and anywhere over there. As soon as you guys can tour, I'm sure you'll be back on the road.
Absolutely. And buy our new album.
I was about to say that. Yes, buy the new album if you can't, or if you don't get a hard copy, jump on to all the regular streaming platforms and listen, because it's great Saturday music listening. You will want to dance all day. So jump on it today and let us know. Tell us in the comments. Tell us on the page. Send us messages and let us know what you think, and where they should play. Where they should play in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much for your time. It's absolutely wonderful to be able to see you. I know the time differences make it a bit hard, don't they?
Oh, we still have it's 8 o'clock at night here, so we're still good. My Friday night's still alive, but thank you so much for having me, and I hope we can do this again one time.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can do this in person one day.
Yes, 100%. That would be amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. We'll be back this week with some other shows. We've got one on Thursday night, and there's a possibility we might have another one next weekend. We're just still in the works with that. So I will pop them on the page. Keep following, and we will let you know. Thank you so much, Tom. We will see you again very soon.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night.